It's been going well. It's all going smoothly. It's very well organised. We've been lucky, maybe not just for now, but for the last 2-3 years since London. The organisation and approach with the day-to-day plans and the competition plans and all the blocks planned out it's been done really well. And it's kind of the first time we've had that since I've been, working cycle. Before we had a bit of a rough outline and guidelines, but it wasn't as fluent as it is now. I think one of the key things I look to during the course of the last kind of 3 or 4 years is that I've managed to pick up a major medal each year since the Games, and I think that's quite an important marker each year to put down. I'd never took a Grand Slam medal before London. Since London I've took one in the first year, one in the second year, one in the third year, and then this year I took a European medal. So, it's quite nice to have that marker to say that I'm still in touch at that level, because I think in judo it's quite challenging to be on the top all the time. And there's some players that do achieve it, but I think until we get a little bit more in judo in Britain, and I don't know where that comes from, I must admit, but when we get a little bit more, we can maybe produce consistent performance like that. I mean, to be fair to some of the female members of the team, they can do that, but in the men, we've not done that as well. So just to get one big marker each year has been really important for me. Yeah, it's been, it's like having a little bit of a second family almost, because we travel away so much with each other and we spend so much time around each other that, we have to build that kind of bond. And we have ups and downs as a family as well. You have some fallouts and arguments along the way, but we stick together quite well and support each other. Going into the events, looking out for each other on fight days, warm-ups, looking out for people to get someone some water. It's a strong unit, and I think that's one of the factors that's really important in our results over the last 2-3 years. We've been more successful at Grand Slams and Grand Prix, I think, than we've ever done in previous years before that. And I think that's one of the factors behind it. Judo is an individual sport, but it's kind of a massive team element within an individual sport. You just have to try and bring that out in each other. Obviously, you can't undermine the importance of that factor in your judo evolution and your judo life. The support we get off the mat is paramount to our performance as well. We'll come from various places. Some of us train in Scotland, some of us train in Bath or Camberley, and some of us are based here obviously at the Institute as well. So everyone has their support staff, and there's a good communication, better communication than there have been in the past between those staff, and they're a key factor in producing performance. It's massive. Having the VIs integrated within our sighted setup as well is perfect, because we all learn from each other, and that constant evolution and learning between the players is really important. It's not just sharing your technical input or your randori input with your partners or any of those training factors. It's not also talking about day to day. I can talk to Chris, Jono and Jack and explain things that I experienced from the Games that I can pass on to them, and that's quite an important factor, that people don't see those little bits that become important later on, just being prepared and ready for things. So I think it's one of the best things about British Judo that I think that maybe other nations don't have across the world, that we have VIs and sighted players training together.